Okay, so at the moment we're on the lapel microphone, which is the Tascam DR10L, but we're about to switch over to the Comica Traxshot, which is connected to the Sony a7 III. I'm just monitoring the levels right now and it looks about right. So we're on volume level 3 on the Comica dial and volume level 10 on the a7 III. Well, right now we're in mono mode, so let's switch over to that. So this is what it sounds like in mono mode, with the two modules put together, and then obviously the microphone itself set to mono mode. So this is what it sounds like. The microphone's about a foot away from me. We're in a non-sound treated room. So this is what it sounds like in mono mode. Okay, now we have switched over on the Comica Traxshot to the 30-degree stereo mode. So all I did is just move these apart a little bit. There are actually hard stops for this, which is pretty good. So I've just moved these apart 30 degrees and changed the microphone setting to the 30-degree stereo mode. It is important that you change the microphone setting as well because it changes how the microphones record. So let's just see what that sounds like. Again, the volume on the Comica is setting 3 and the volume on the a7 III is setting 10. And finally, now we're in the 90-degree mode, which maybe isn't the best for filming yourself because it's going to capture all the audio around you as well and isn't necessarily as focused on your voice. But this is the 90-degree mode, so we've spread the modules out to 90 degrees and we've also changed the settings within the Comica Traxshot to 90-degree mode. So this is what it sounds like. Finally, this is the bi-directional mode, so I've got one module facing away from me and one module facing me. So this is the last mode, and it should be picking up my voice on just one of the microphones and maybe just some of the surrounding areas on the other microphone. We'll do a more in-depth test on that later. So this is what it sounds like in bi-directional mode. And finally, just so you have something to compare it to, this is the Rode VideoMic NTG set on the same Sony a7 III. The Sony a7 III is set to 6 on the gain and the NTG is set to 7. So this is just so you can compare the Traxshot to another on-camera microphone. So how do you think it compares? So here's my thoughts on that. I think the Comica sounded best at 30-degree mode. I think it was a bit more clarity and a bit more depth than the mono mode. But at 90-degree mode, the background audio started to get a little bit more distracting. You're definitely not paying for the best sound quality here, as shown in the comparison to the Rode NTG, but it does come a bit cheaper than the Rode NTG, but I think what you're actually paying for here is the benefit of having those swiveling modules. I found very similar results in my outdoor test, so let's go over to them now. So this is a test of the Comica microphone in a sort of vlogging environment. I've got the mono mode on with the two modules put together. I've also got the wind muff on. There's a tiny bit of wind, so we'll see how well that blocks it out. And there's a lot of background noise as well. We're in the middle of a city. There's cars driving past. So this is the audio quality in mono mode on the Comica Traxshot. Okay, so now we've switched over to 30-degree stereo mode. I've split the modules to 30 degrees and changed the setting on the Comica Traxshot to 30-degree stereo mode. So again, this is what the quality sounds like in 30-degree stereo mode on the Comica Traxshot while vlogging. And now switched over to 90-degree stereo mode on the Comica Traxshot. It'll probably hear my voice a little bit less now and more of the surrounding noise, which isn't ideal for vlogging, but it's just to give you an idea of how the 90-degree stereo mode sounds. And finally, now we're in the bi-directional mode, so you should be able to hear me through probably one ear if you're wearing headphones, and then probably a lot of the background audio through another ear. Maybe you'll use this if you're vlogging and you sort of want to capture other people in the shot as well. So if you want to like quickly turn around but still be able to hear your voice, but hear someone else's voice at the same time, that could be useful. So I'll switch that back around. So this is what the audio quality sounds like in bi-directional mode on the Comica Traxshot microphone.